my second daily walk. I am up a lot later, as you can see, because you can see. Yesterday morning couldn't see anything because it was all dark, but today I'm up a little later. I will have to be up earlier. I have children. This is how I make time. So one of the reasons I carry a stick everywhere is that I'm crazy. No, actually I'm not. It's discipline. I have this, it's a quote I like: out of 100 men on a battlefield, 80 are just targets, 10 shouldn't even be there, 9 are the fighting men, and it's from them that the real battle shall happen. But one is a warrior. And I'm that rare warrior. I'm the warrior out of warriors. So I am just always so prepared to fight people. It's crazy. It's crazy. I carry this around just for the discipline of it. Just so I thought I forgot my stick yesterday. I was doing a bunch of work on some houses, and it's my dad and my brother, and I thought I forgot the stick in their car. But no, I brought it with me. I brought it in my car. Even when I think I forget it, I don't. Because I've disciplined myself to view this as my weapon. One of many weapons, just the hardest one to carry around. So I just am in the habit of always never forgetting my weapons. Ever. So that when there's a war and people are trying to hurt me, I just have all my weapons exactly where they need to be. All of the time. You see the smile? I don't smile like this when I'm talking about anything other than basically chemistry, pharmacology, and warfare. It's good. You can't really see it, but there's a mist over the pond. So here's a fun idea that'll show you a little bit how I think about warfare. So I'm walking right now, my hand's cold, but I'm carrying my stick. Wouldn't think much of it. You'd be like, oh, his hand's cold, but he's carrying the stick. Well, if you're in war and you have to carry your weapons and it's cold out, you ever had to carry things in the cold? Even with gloves on, it's a real pain in the butt, you know? Your hands are gonna get tired, they'll get cold. You'll be cold and tired. You gotta carry things, you know. You'll probably feel a little tired, you know. You're gonna take a little nap. You're gonna give your hands a break. You're gonna put your weapon down. And I'm gonna jump out of the woods and kill you. Because I was waiting for that. I knew, bitch. I fucking knew, bitch. I knew you were gonna do that. I actually orchestrated the whole terrain so there'd be a long, cold walk. So you get tired and you put your weapon down. Because you got tired. And I knew. And I wasn't tired. I was waiting. Just little things like that, you know what I'm saying? Like there's little details that people don't think about. It's so interesting. I just walk around with my stick and I listen to Jordan Peterson. I do my state story strategy thing, you know, you get your state all pumped up, going for a walk and listening to Jordan Peterson. You think about the story of your life and all the things you're going to accomplish, and you create a strategy how to achieve them. And you relate it to warfare if you're like me. It's amazing. War! War is the sea I swim in, the air I breathe. So spake Yorick Burnison, the Armored Bear, from His Dark Materials by Philip Pullman. War is sex. War is the incredibly intimate dance of combat that you do with your opponent. Someone engages you in combat, jiu-jitsu, wrestling, warfare, marriage, all these forms of bondage, and they bond themselves to you, and you and they, your minds become one. As you seek your end in each other through all the means at your disposal, thus intimately connecting yourself to that other until resolution is reached only by the attainment of the highest ideal of your union. Do you represent the highest ideal of the union of warfare of all those who might wish to do combat with you? If you do, then you shall have victory, my friend, because they desire it too. That is why they do warfare with you. They seek the supremacy of that in them which they deem best. And so do you. And war is the beautiful battleground on which you have chosen to get to know each other. It is not dishonorable. It is not out of anger. It is for glory, for Kleos, for God that we do warfare. Not even to crush our enemy and completely destroy him, but simply for the glory of warfare itself. For the beauty of the dynamic tension that keeps the strings of power singing their beautiful song. Oh, war. Do not fear it, my friends. Do not fear it, warriors. Embrace it. To live is to be at war. The reconciliation of opposing opposites is not evil. It is the yin and the yang duality, the positive and negative spin. Actually, there's like 6 spins of quarks. But it's the positive and negative charges of electrons. I guess quantum physics gets weirder. That's more like a divine council, but war. Smell it. The tree is doing battle against change itself. Constancy and dynamic movement held in the balance, and that balance is life. War is only bad when one side does not realize it is at war. This is the case of master-slave relationships. If you work at Walmart or just work at a company, so dead peasant insurance, this is master-slave relationships, we got to bring this up. Dead peasant insurance is where your employer takes out health insurance on, or life insurance on you, so when you die, they benefit, and they don't have to notify you of this. This happens a lot. Just look into dead peasant insurance. It's really funny because we're not only slaves to fiat currency, in many ways, it's just literal slavery. Be aware that you're at war. War is only detrimental if you are not aware that you are at war. If you are aware that you are at war, then you are merely Telemachus in the house of Nestor, and you'll get out of there. You get back home before he goes and steals all your stuff and makes off with your mom. It's all good. Just be aware of what's happening. Jeez, like, I can't even, like, you don't own what you think you own. You only own what you can defend against people with resources. Because people with resources will try to take your stuff. Read a history book, the history of the Peloponnesian War. Read it. Read about what modern people do. Read about Nazi Germany. Read about, like, what modern enlightened people do. The Salem witch trials. The witch trials of Europe. The McCarthyism. Do you know what people are like? Do you feel confident in a world where you don't consider yourself a warrior at war? Does it even make sense to you? Does it? You're gonna get eaten, man. But yeah, no, so warrior at war is good. A warrior at war is a guy competing in a wrestling match. A warrior who does not know he is in a war is someone getting bullied. He is in a wrestling match against an opponent. However, he is not aware that he is supposed to be fighting back. He thinks he's supposed to be getting his ass beat, but he's not. He's supposed to be fighting back with all his cunning and guile. And it's just only when people are intimidated or delusioned or whatever into thinking, that they are not at war, do they suffer from it. Because if you're aware, I mean, you're at war anyway, so you're always suffering from it. But if you're aware of the reality, then you just simply take it into account. You engage in the best warfare possible, and now you're just an amazing warrior doing a great job at war. Kicking butt, taking names. making a name for yourself. People respect you. There's peace. Anyone who wants peace should prepare for war. Seriously. I'm not going to go invade the dude's garden if he's a warrior in a garden, but a gardener in a war is like, it's going to have a bad time. The reason all is fair in love and war is because God created a real game. This is my philosophical musings. I'm not telling you what I know for sure about God because God is beyond human definition. But I am telling you what I think. So, God created a real game. What I mean by that is the rules are the rules. He didn't pull back. He didn't give us a fake game. It was a real game. It was a real game with real stakes, so we could really invest. We're at war with our own mediocrity, with our own sense of complacency. It's only suffering if you don't realize you're at war with that. If you think that you're here to have a great time, you're gonna have a bad time. If you think you're here for war, it's a beautiful place. It's a beautiful life. I think G.K. Chesterton may have said that. He said, or someone, he said, or C.S. Lewis, if we come to Earth thinking that we're here for vacation, we're going to have a weird time. But if we come here thinking we're here for war, it feels like vacation. Really. Like, it's only bad if you think you're not at war. If you think war is something bad. War is nothing bad. War is a dance. It is the dance. And you only step on each other's feet if you didn't think you were dancing and you didn't practice your steps. So right now I'm walking through the woods on this trail I just found near the highway. And so there's love carrying a stick because I just have the balls to go walk down any random trail anywhere. Because, like, I don't know, whatever I encounter, I got a stick, man. You know, speak softly and carry a big stick. You will go far. Okay, so, just thinking. And one thing I want to clear up is that I'm not seeking a high degree of intimacy with everyone, or even anyone, by my desire for warfare. But by my mental acknowledgement that the state of life is a state of warfare, I gain intimate knowledge of the nature of life itself, and through that, humanity. So that's the glory of it. It's not that I desire some Batman and the Joker-like conflict with crazy people. It's more so that I combat the craziness of the world, myself, reality, with a mentality of warfare so as to make sure that scenarios like that don't happen or only happen in the limited context of jiu-jitsu matches, dramatized or not. Probably not dramatized because it's weird. My opponent is my friend because we're not stabbing each other. We're competing together, which means to strive with. But it's interesting, though, because by understanding the nature of warfare, I'm not confused. I don't think my opponent is my enemy. I know he's my friend. And I don't think that my employer, who's getting dead peasants insurance on me, is my friend when he's, in fact, my enemy. Not that my employer is doing that. I'm self-employed, but look into that stuff.